Plant anatomy can be defined as a branch of botany which is concerned with the study of internal structure of plants. It is also called as phytotomy. Anatomy comes from Greek word anatomia, which means to cut. It completely deals with the study of internal organization of plants. Plant body of angiosperms is differentiated into root, stem, leaf and flower. All these parts are made up of different types of tissues containing different cell types. These tissues form different layers in the composition of root, stem, leaves and flowers. In this lecture, we will study the tissue organization of roots, which can be very well understood through the transverse section of the organ. Characteristics of root anatomy. The roots show root cap at the terminal end. It consists of parenchymatous cells and protect the root apex. The outermost layer is epidermis, termed as epiblemma, rhizodermis or piliferous layer. It is generally single layered, that is uniseriate, but in some plants epiblemma is multiseriate. For example, in aerial roots of certain epiphytic orchids, epiblemma is multilayered, which is called as velamen. The epiblemma bears a large number of unicellular root hairs, and the cells which give rise to root hairs are known as trichoblasts. The root hairs absorb water and minerals from the soil and also provide anchorage to the plant. Cortex is usually composed of parenchymatous cells, but may have sclerenchymatous or collenchymatous cells in case of persistent roots. Presence of intercellular spaces is a characteristic feature of root cortex. The intercellular spaces may develop into large lacunae in plants growing in moist habitats, for example, rice. The cortical cells of roots generally lack chlorophyll, but are highly vacuolated and accumulate lots of starch. The outermost layer or layers of cortex may be differentiated as exodermis or hypodermis with suberized walls, and the innermost layer is differentiated as endodermis. Endodermis is well developed in roots. It lies in between the cortex and the pericycle. It is characterized by the presence of Casparian strips, which extend completely around the cell within the radial and transverse walls. The Casparian strip is composed of lignin or suberin or both. The endodermal Casparian band prevents the unimpeded movement of apoplastic substances, that is, the substances present in the space outside the plasma membrane within which material can diffuse freely into the stele, and also prevents the backflow of ions that have moved into the stele cytoplasm and then were released into its apoplast. Followed by endodermis, another distinct layer of thin walled cells is present, known as pericycle. It has a capacity for meristematic growth that functions in producing lateral root primordia and also gave rise to two secondary meristems in roots, that is vascular cambium and cork cambium, also known as phellogen, during secondary root growth. The pericycle surrounds the important portion of the root which conducts food and water to all the parts of the plant. This is the vascular bundles. The vascular bundle consists of two main parts, xylem, that is the water conducting tissue, and phloem, the food conducting tissue. Both the xylem and phloem are complex tissues, that is, they themselves are further made up of different types of cells. The components of xylem are tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma, and tissue components of phloem are sieve cells or sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers, which are also called as bast fibers. In roots, the vascular bundles are radial. That means the xylem component and the phloem component are arranged separately in different radii. Truly, they cannot be called as vascular bundles. Instead, they are called as xylem bundles and phloem bundles separately. The solid core of xylem extends towards the pericycle, alternating with strands of phloem. The protoxylem, which is the first part of the primary xylem and is smaller in size, is located towards the pericycle, whereas metaxylem, which is formed later and is larger in size than protoxylem, is located towards the center. Such type of condition is termed as exarch, where the primary xylem differentiates in a centripetal direction. Based on the presence of number of xylem strands, the roots can be categorized as diarch, having 2 strands of xylem, triarch, having 3 strands of xylem, or polyarch, having multiple number of xylem strands. The centermost region of the root is pith. It is made up of soft spongy parenchyma cells which store and transport nutrients throughout the plant. The pith may be large or small or even absent. The tissue organization varies in the roots of dicotyledons and monocotyledons plants. Let us study about them in detail. Anatomy of dicot root. The transverse section of dicot root show 3 distinct regions: the epidermis or epiblema, the cortex and the vascular bundle. Epidermis or epiblema. It is also called as rhizoderma or piliferous layer. It is the outermost covering of root which is uniseriate, that means it constitutes a single layer. The cells are thin walled, compact, barrel shaped parenchyma without intercellular spaces. The cells are uncutinized as the function of root epidermis is absorption of water with dissolved mineral salts and not protection. The root epidermis does not contain stomata. Some of the epidermal cells produce long unicellular elongations called root hair. The root hairs are absent near the apical meristem region and get withered out in the older root parts. They are thin and delicate, and their cell wall is commonly made of cellulose permitting ready diffusion of water and dissolved minerals. Cortex. Cortex is made of many layered, thin walled, polygonal parenchymatous cells with lot of intercellular spaces. Cells containing metabolites or crystal mucilaginous secretory substances called idioblasts are also found in mature root cortex. Cortex is meant for storage of food and water. The innermost layer of the cortex is known as endodermis. The endodermis is uniseriate. The cells of endodermis are living. They show special thickenings on their anticlinal walls called as Casparian strips or Casparian bands. The endodermal cells present just opposite the protoxylem strands are thin walled, whose cytoplasm remains firmly attached to Casparian strips and control the movement of substances in root and their transport into xylem cells. These are called as passage cells. Pericycle. The layer next to endodermis is known as pericycle. It makes outer boundary of vascular cylinder. It may be uniseriate or multiseriate. It is the seat of origin of lateral roots and vascular cambium and cork cambium during secondary growth. This is a differentiating characteristic feature of dicot roots as compared to monocot roots, because in monocot root the pericycle form lateral roots only and does not show secondary growth. Vascular bundles. Vascular bundles are radial, that is, xylem and phloem are present on different radii. Xylem is exarch, where protoxylem lies towards the periphery and metaxylem towards the center. Protoxylem have narrow tracheids and vessels, and metaxylem have wider tracheids and vessels. Parenchymatous conjunctive tissue is found in between xylem and phloem strands, which during secondary growth constitute vascular cambium. Such conjunctive tissue is of sclerenchymatous type in monocot roots. Therefore, it does not produce vascular cambium, and hence monocot roots do not show secondary growth. The protoxylem consists of annular and spiral vessels, whereas metaxylem elements possess reticulate and pitted vessels. The phloem strand consists of sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem parenchyma. The xylem strand in dicot roots may be 2 to 6 or maximum 8 in number. This again is a differentiating feature from monocot roots, where the xylem strands may be numerous, that is, polyarch condition is observed. In dicot roots, triarch xylem is found in Raphanus, Daucus, Lycopersicon, Nicotiana, etc. Tetrarch xylem is found in Vicia, Helianthus, Gossypium and Ranunculus. Some dicot roots are heterarchic, that is, they show more than one type of xylem strands. For example, in Anhydrus fluctuans, tri, tetra and pentarch roots have been reported by Banerjee in 1932. Pith. Pith is scanty or generally absent in dicot roots. This is again a distinguishing feature from monocot roots, as monocot root possess well developed pith. Now let us study the anatomy of monocot root. Transverse section of monocot root shows these structures. Epiblema. It is uniseriate, formed of thin walled compact barrel shaped parenchyma cells. The tubular root hairs are present on this layer. Multiseriate epiblema is also found in some roots, for example, velamen of aerial roots of orchids and epiphytic aroids possess multiseriate epiblema. Cortex. Cortex is massive, which consists of thin walled polygonal parenchymatous cells with sufficient intercellular spaces. In old root of maize, few layers of cortex below epiblema undergo suberization and forms multi-layered exodermis. This is protective layer which protects internal tissues from injury. At times, patches of sclerenchyma cells are also found in the cortex of monocotyledons, especially in plants with aerial roots like Pendenacea and Ericaceae. The cortex cells play active role in uptake of water and minerals and also store starch. Endodermis. The innermost layer of the cortex is known as endodermis. It is uniseriate. The cells of endodermis are living, compact and barrel shaped. The endodermal cells possess Casparian strips on their anticlinal walls. In most of the monocots, the endodermis commonly undergoes certain wall modifications. There are two developmental states. In primary state, Casparian strip is present. In the secondary state, a suberin lamella covers entire wall on the inside of the cell except the passage cells. Pericycle. The layer next to the endodermis is known as pericycle. It is uniseriate and composed of thin-walled parenchymatous cells. However, in some monocots, multilayered pericycle is also found. For example, Smilax and Agave, Dracaena, palms, etc. The pericycle undergoes sclerification in older roots. The pericycle functions to give rise to lateral roots only and does not form secondary meristems like cambium and cork cambium as it formed in dicot roots. Vascular bundles. Vascular bundles are radial, that is, xylem and phloem are present on different radii. The bundles are numerous and referred to as polyarch condition. In many monocots, variable number of metaxylem vessels are arranged in a circle around pith, for example, Zea mays. The adventitious roots of Pendenesi have higher numbers of vascular bundles. In some roots, single vascular bundle is present at center, for example, Hydrilla triticum. The xylem is exarch. The vessels of protoxylem are narrow, having annular and spiral thickenings. The metaxylem vessels are broad and possess reticulate and pitted thickenings. The phloem strands consist of sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem parenchyma. Pith. Pith is well developed. This is the characteristic feature of monocot roots, as in dicot roots the pith is either very small or absent. Anatomy of velamen root of an epiphyte. Orchidaceae and Araceae families are special families of monocotyledons, as they include many epiphytes of tropical forests. The epiphytes possess short roots which hang freely in the air and absorb the moisture or rainwater from the air. This type of function is made possible by the special multi-layered epidermis called as velamen. The velamen is derived by repeated periclinal divisions of the protoderm. The cells quickly die and become empty and develop large pores. Their walls develop special striated fibrous thickenings by which they absorb moisture and rainwater from the air and supply it to the interior of the root. This special anatomy helps in accomplishing water requirement of the epiphytic plants. Differences between dicot and monocot root. The vascular bundles are diarch to hexarch in dicot roots, whereas it is polyarch in monocot roots. The pericycle gives rise to lateral roots and secondary meristems like cambium and cork cambium in dicot roots, whereas it gives rise to lateral roots only in monocot roots. Cambium appears later as a secondary meristem in dicot root, whereas it is altogether absent in monocot roots. The pith is either small or absent in dicot roots, whereas it is large and well developed in monocot roots. A root is a highly differentiated multicellular axis found in the sporophytes of vascular plants. It has 3 concentric rings of tissues, namely epidermis, cortex and vascular system. The tissue arrangement in dicots and monocots vary with their adaptation and functions. The root is the main organ in vascular plants that anchors the plant body to its substrate and absorbs water and dissolved minerals to support growth and development.